Mass Effect is one of those games that seems right up my alley. I mean, it's got role-playing, a sci-fi space opera story, and it's from BioWare, who made one of my favourite series. And yet it took me over 10 years to finally get around to playing. Mass Effect puts you into the space combat boots of Commander Shepard, who's typically this girl, or this guy, and before you get mad at me, yes, I play Dem Shep and am a bad person, but it's part of a grandiose scheme for me playing the rest of the series. So basically, the setup for Mass Effect is that you're part of a ship headed on a normal everyday mission except Lornope, which is incredibly obvious when one of your crew basically says it's a bit suspicious.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story, but only an idiot believes the official story.
So as it turns out, the high-ranking alien who's joined the mission for a not at all suspicious reason is actually there to activate an ancient piece of equipment to destroy the universe. I hate to admit, but Mass Effect's story, while okay, isn't exactly its best feature, nor for that matter is some of its world design. Some of the world, like the Normandy, the ship you're on, and the Citadel, are honestly pretty good, IMO. But for every good planet, there seems to be so many more that are just disappointing and uninspired. For instance, there's one planet which is just concrete. Seriously, it's just 90% concrete. Who signed off on this? What Mass Effect has in spades is good characters. Your squad includes Tali, an incredibly smart engineer, Liara T'Soni, a researcher who spent her life studying the ancient race of Protheans, Garrus Vakarian, an ex-cop whose methods are unconventional, but damn does he get results, Rex, an incredibly tough and fierce warrior, Ashley Williams, a borderline pro-human.
I'm concerned about the aliens, Vakarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
And pro-Shepard.
You always second-guess your superiors?
Sir! No, sir. I'm sorry, I was out of line.
Soldier. And Kaidan Alenko, who is Kaidan. Speaking of characters, interacting with your squad mates as well as all sorts of characters in the game is one of the game's three main parts, talking, fighting, and exploring. Since the game is an RPG, talking is naturally a very large part of the game, to the point where you can even avoid some fights altogether. Fighting is mostly gun battles, which honestly just become hold down left click until the bad guys die towards the end, and exploration, which would be okay if the worlds you could explore were a bit more interesting, and you didn't have to drive the Mako. But speaking of, the Mako is one of the biggest jokes in video games. It's incredibly easy to make it just fly miles into the air without even hitting the jump key. When you're driving it, feels like it's made of cardboard or something. I'm not a big fan. Speaking of things I'm not a big fan of, the game has some serious engine limitations. By default, it doesn't support a lot of 16:9 resolutions, including 1920x1080, arguably one of the most common. Its audio channels are also really easy to fill up, and just not play. And it did crash occasionally on Windows 10. Speaking of that sound thing, the sound design in the game is also kind of mediocre. Some of the music, honestly, is really good, but I just didn't find myself loving some of the rest of the sound design in the game. I don't know.
What were those things?
All in all, while I have some serious problems with Mass Effect, I certainly don't regret playing the game at all. It's got an okay story, okay gameplay, and honestly amazing characters that mesh together reasonably well. I don't think I'm going to play it again anytime soon, but I certainly don't regret the time I spent with it, and I can't wait to finish Mass Effect 2 soon.